organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, contract denied. We have more details on why President Sally Mason's contract was not renewed.
And wintry home, we have the latest on how you can keep your home nice and cozy this winter.
And in sports, rivalry hoops.
That and much more is coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Brad Maxwell.
And I'm Lauren Moss. University of Iowa President Sally Mason has been working without a contract since August. Documents released Friday show Mason has been an at-will employee for several months. In a letter State Board of Regents President Craig Lang sent Mason in August, he said she needed to, quote, reframe and reprioritize your goals for 2012 to 2013. On Friday, Mason released a statement saying she was satisfied with her compensation plan that ends in 2016. Mason said, quote, the board members told me that they want the University of Iowa to be well known for the great benefits it brings to the state, and I can't agree more with that stance. Mason is making more than $493,000 a year.
And students looking to log into Icon today may have noticed their class list was a little short. According to the Icon website, UI students were unenrolled from classes. ITS worked all day to try and fix this issue, and students are able to follow the ITS progress on the Icon homepage. The university has no timetable as to when the website will be back online.
Icon failure and lack of seating for studying are not the only things plaguing students during finals week. The University of Iowa now allows students to reschedule finals if they have 3 in one day. The university's provost office believes students are taking the policy change pretty well. The policy was made to not overwhelm students during finals week. However, students still feel the pressure brought on by finals.
Well, I'm making note cards, I'm taking the old exams, and I'm just like rereading the chapters. And we're just asking, me and my roommates are just asking each other questions.
Students in need of a schedule change had to notify the registrar's office if any conflicts arise with their finals.
Winter break is near, and students may need to check on the one last thing before going home for the holidays. Cold temperatures and faulty home appliances can cause major problems in empty houses. Our own Stefan Duran tells us how we can save ourselves a lot of money and hassle this holiday season.
Winter weather is upon us once again, and things are continuing to get colder. Winterizing your home or apartment is a crucial step in this winter's planning, especially if you are leaving home over break. Many things around your home may need proper checking before leaving, including all electrical outlets, heating systems, and most importantly, water pipes. City officials say leaving these important factors untouched may cause potential damage to not only your living space, but to others around you.
Most of us don't even think about it when we leave home, but if you shut the heat off and there's a pipe broken, if you're in a large apartment building, it could mean all of the water going off the apartment building.
By maintaining your appliances now and throughout the year, not only will you prevent accidents, but you will be saving money as well. Your heater's side panel may give helpful maintenance tips about weatherproofing your house. By checking and operating your appliances regularly throughout the season, it will ensure that your home will not only be safe, but it will be conserving energy as well. Carol also suggests that a minimum heat of 55 degrees at all times will save the renter future water hassles.
If we're not using our water consistently, the water temperatures can drop fairly low, and if we don't have a good heat source in our homes, the pipes can freeze and then burst.
So before you leave Iowa City for winter break, make sure that everything from your heater to your water pipes are working properly, because you know what they always say.
It's better to be preventive than have to pay for it later.
Stefan Duran, Daily Iowan TV.
For more helpful tips on how to keep your home safe while you're going home this winter, contact the Iowa City Water Treatment Office or your local plumbing and heating specialist.
And still to come on Daily Iowan TV, winter's right around the corner, and we have more on what one organization is doing to help keep others warm.
And in sports, find out what Hoops head coach Fran McCaffrey had to say after his team's impressive performance against ISU.
But first, we have Stefan Duran in the weather studio for a look at what weather we can expect during this bustling week of finals. Stefan?
Thanks, guys. Well, we did finally see some snow this weekend, but nothing too substantial, and it looks like we might see some more like it early this week. Tomorrow morning, we are going to wake up to a chilly 22 degrees and maybe a slight chance of those flurries. In the afternoon, the temps increase to about 28 degrees, but the chance of flurries sticks with us. The evening looks to be calm, but we will see the temps dip down into the lower teens. Now let's take a look at the rest of the week. Tuesday will still be cold, but with partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-30s. Wednesday looks to be very similar, and the temps will rise to about 40 degrees for a high and 29 degrees for a low. On Thursday and Friday, temps will be warm and somewhat pleasant with highs of 45 and lows in the lower 30s. To start our weekend off, we will feel the same weather, warmer temps, but the 30% chance of snow comes back into the forecast. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Stefan. And hats, gloves, and sweaters can go a long way to help those in need, and the Mobile Clinic Clothing Drive hit the spot. Attendees were fed and given hygienic care items during the drive, and organizers collected 8 to 9 big bags full of clothing. Fundraising at Yotopia helped to raise money towards purchasing additional clothing items, and one organizer tells us what makes it all worthwhile.
It means a lot. Yotopia, they helped us out. They threw us a fundraiser, and the whole student population here in Iowa, and as well as the Iowa City community, they really came through and helped us gather up clothes to donate out to these underserved populations. So it really means a lot to all of us on board and the Mobile Clinic Met students and staff.
People were also encouraged to take advantage of the free health screenings taking place during the drive.
And now look at what's happening outside of Iowa. Not all is well in the sports world. A night out ended deadly for one Cowboys football player, Jerry Brown. Brown died early Saturday morning after a drunk driving incident in Dallas. His teammate Josh Brent was behind the wheel and is currently being held on a $500,000 bond and charged with intoxication manslaughter.
And Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez is back in Cuba today for more cancer surgery. But before he left, Chavez was forced to elect a successor, his vice president, Nicolas Maduro. This is the first time Chavez has made such an appointment in the wake that he suffers severe complications. Chavez is still scheduled to be sworn in new 6-year term in January.
And Governor Romney may have lost his fight for the White House, but he came out on top over President Obama, capturing the #1 spot for the best quote of the year. Romney's 47% comments at a private fundraiser in May was #1, with President Obama's quote, "You didn't build that," comment in a close third-place finish. And Lauren, a busy weekend in Hawkeye Hoops.
Yeah, that's right, Brad. So both the men and women's team are in action over our programming break. So now let's throw it over to Chelsea Brown, who's standing by in the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio with more. Chelsea?
That's right, Lauren. A lot going on in Carver Hawkeye Country as we welcome you back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Iowa State may have gotten the better of the black and gold on the gridiron this year, but both men's and women's hoops teams have restored order in the Cy-Hawk series with impressive showings against their bitter rivals this weekend. So with that, let's waste no time and kick it over to the women's basketball reporter, Alyssa Bergamini, who was courtside for all of the action Thursday night.
The Cy-Hawk series began Thursday night, and the women's Iowa basketball team took over at Carver Hawkeye Arena, winning against rival Iowa State. With their black uniforms out, Bluter's Bunch beat out the Cyclones 52-40. The first 6 minutes of the game, the Hawkeyes hit a 14-point lead before Iowa State scored its first basket. Iowa committed 10 turnovers and the Cyclones had 12. Throughout the first half, Iowa's defense kept strong and the score proved that at halftime. At intermission, the black and gold led 20-17. After the first half, starting guard Jamie Prunty sat out time to time, resting her injuries. But not to worry because sophomore Melissa Dixon fills in and leads the team, scoring 11 points and had 9 rebounds. Cyclone guard Nikki Moody scored a game-high of 12 points in under 36 minutes. But home field advantage took over, and Iowa's early lead ended the game with a Hawkeye victory, 52-40. Alyssa Bergamini, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Different night, same story for Fran McCaffrey's men's team in front of an electric hometown crowd. Among those in attendance, our own Kate Constable, who has all the highlights of a huge Hawkeye win. Kate?
The Iowa State Cyclones were in Iowa City on Friday, taking on the Hawkeyes in a hostile Carver Hawkeye Arena and looking to gain their 4th straight win over the Hawks. First play of the game, though, Aaron White gets the crowd going with this layup and one. The Hawkeyes would go on to an 8-0 run to start the game. Iowa State would answer back, though, at the 16-minute mark with the rebound and put back by George Niang. Hawks still up 8-2. And then once again, it's the White Mamba going to work in the lane, giving a little shake and bake and the left-handed hook. He gets that to go. Hawks up 22-15. Chris Babbs, though, Iowa State's star player, making it look too easy for the Cyclones as he drives right past Mike Cassell for the easy 2 points. But that didn't stop Iowa's freshman Anthony Clemens hits one from behind the arc. He would go on to have 14 points and 8 assists, including this one here to Aaron White as he flies in for the alley-oop. Hawks up 29-21 with 3:40 left in the half. But then a couple sloppy passes by the Hawkeyes lead to easy baskets for the Cyclones. Tyrus McGee here gets the and one, and then Chris Babb once again gets the steal from Mike Cassell and the dunk. Cyclones would go on a 12-4 run to end the half, putting them up 36-35 at the break. After a verbal beating in the locker room, the Hawkeyes came out on an 8-0 run to start the second half. Off the pass from Mike Cassell, Adam Woodbury posting up in the lane, gets the left-handed skyhook to go. Hawks up 43-36. Then Josh Oglesby from the corner misses the shot, but Eric May flies in to capitalize for the Hawkeyes. The very next play, though, Josh Oglesby once again says, "I'll make this one." He shot 2 of 5 from behind the arc. Hawks up 60-51 at the 10-minute mark. But then a turnover by Iowa leads to an easy 2 points by the Cyclones off the fast break. Iowa would answer back in similar fashion with the steal from Mike Cassell to the fast break to Aaron White for the jam. He would go on to have 18 points, shooting 7 of 13 from field goal range. 7 minutes left in the game. And then Eric May to freshman Anthony Clemens for once again the 3-ball. Hawks would go on to win 80-71. Hawkeye Arena was packed like it hasn't been in a long, long time. The Iowa State Cyclones came into the arena as the favorite to win, but the Hawkeye defense said otherwise. 15 offensive boards and 37 overall, along with a couple really important stops down the stretch, gave the Hawkeyes the edge that they needed as they took down the Cyclones 80-71 and snapped their 3-year losing streak against their in-state rival.
Obviously, fantastic play from a number of Hawkeyes in this one, but the player of the game once again had to be sophomore forward Aaron White, who had head coach McCaffrey raving about his play post-game.
Well, you know what he does? He does a lot of things to help your team win. I mean, he rebounds, he steals it, he deflects. You know, he drives the ball to the basket. He can play facing, he can play inside. He seems to know when we need him to do something special, and he's always been able to do that. You know, he's a guy that, you know, never gets, you know, nervous or, you know, he never gets sideways in the moment. He just keeps making plays.
White and the Hawks are off until this weekend when they take on another in-state rival, the Northern Iowa Panthers. Well, that's here for us in the sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Monday's edition of the Daily Iowan. Read about the controversy surrounding the UI's College of Education's dean.
And see what changes may be on the way for voting in Iowa.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.